Hi, I want to welcome everybody to the Yeshua Sabbath Church Hebrew class. Now, we've been going for quite a few weeks, and during that time, we have used this book, depending on the color of the cover, which varies, it seems, to look at Hebrew. Everybody knows the alphabet. If you do not, there are, 4 or 5 videos previous to this that you can go look at and learn your alphabet. What I want to do is talk about Hebrew words. But first, let's thank Yahweh for his wonderful language. Avenu Melkenu, our Father, our King, we praise your set-apart name, Yahweh. We thank you for this absolutely great language that you have given to us, that there is a day coming when we will all speak it. Help us to learn. In Yeshua's name, Amen. What you looking for, Margaret? Oh. Now, let's go to page 50. Oh, wait a minute. Skip page 50. We're going to go look at last week's Torah portion, which was out of Numbers, chapter 10, or was 8 through, 14 or 13, something like that? Anyway, or 12, yeah. Numbers chapter 10, the last 2 verses. Now, in the English Bibles that I have access to, which nowadays, because of computerized thingies, I have access to a lot of them. This is what it looks like. It says, approximately, "And it came to be, whenever the ark set out, that Moshe said, 'Rise up, O Yahweh, and let your enemies be scattered, and let those that hate you flee from before you.' And when it rested, he said, 'Return, O Yahweh, to the countless thousands of Yisrael.'" Well, in the Torah scroll, this is what we have in that particular column. I believe this is column 162. This is what the Hebrew looks like. And we go rolling down the column, and we suddenly come across this stuff right here. You notice this little figure? Can you see that? It's an inverted nun. And there's another one at the end of what looks like a paragraph. These bracket or set in parentheses Numbers 10, 35, and 36. And let's see. This is what it looks like with all of the nikud, with all of the vowel markings and everything in it. Vayahi ben Soah, Aharon, Vayomer Moshe, and so on. This is also a liturgy song that we would sing if we were in a Torah procession. This is significant. There's many things that the rabbis say about it, and there's things that they don't say about it. Okay, where was I? And here we have it again, Numbers 35, "And it came to pass," and that's what we're looking at. One of those little Torah tidbits. This is, as I understand it, this is a tittle. It is separated from the rest of the script. It looks different. there's these two inverted nuns. They do not appear anywhere else in the Torah. This is it. And there are other things. Someday we will have to look at all of these wonderful things. What's that? No, you will not see the two inverted nuns anywhere else in the Torah scroll. It outlines or brackets that particular discussion. Now, the rabbis have said many things about it, and I'm not going to repeat it. Some think that it's an extra book, in fact. Possible. But nonetheless, it is significant in that it is different. You wouldn't have known that if you hadn't seen the Torah. Okay. We need to go back to page 50 again. We have words from line 3 through 10 that are important to our continued discussion. We are going to do some liturgy this evening, so some of these words appear in our liturgy. We're not going to do all of it, but this is the way it is. And one of the first words that we have to deal with is this word for land, and how would it be pronounced? It would be Eretz. Eretz, land. They say the scriptures talk about the land of Israel. It is called Eretz Israel. Zion is not Zion, it's Tzi. In other words, it's Tzi. Own. So you don't say Zion, you say Zion. And that is found in quite a few of our liturgies. As a matter of fact, the Ve'ahi ben Soah, the second verse of that, which is not following, it's not verse 36, it's the second verse of the liturgy, talks about Zion. Ki Metzion. Let's go on to commandments. Commandment, the singular is mitzvah. Mitzvah or mitzvah. Commandments is again mitz. However, the va is changed to an o, so this is not mitzot, but mitzvot, which is kind of weird because we're expecting to see with that o, it should be mitzot. But it's not. It is mitzvot. Mitzvot. It's not, it can't be, that makes it the O. Okay. In speaking of his commandments, we add a suffix and this is pronounced mitzvah. What's the other one? Dark blue. Yeah. Tithe. Or mitzvah tithe. Kind of hard to wrap your tongue around tithe. Okay, mitzvah tithe. And then by his commandments adds a prefix, which is going to be be mitzvotiv. Okay? And that we find in part of our liturgy blessings. We're going to see that. In one of our blessings, we use this phrase here at this time, excuse me, Bazman hazeh. I got my brain mixed up. Bazman hazeh, and the at part is, I'm going to go backwards on the colors. Ba, we've added a prefix. Zaman, which is time or season, we see it right here, Zaman. And then hazeh is the masculine form. Actually, it's ha-zeh, the this. That's what it literally means when you're pointing to something and you're this thing, it's hazeh, the this. So it's suffix or prefix at zaman, ha, the this, at this time, bazman hazeh. We say that in the Shehekianu. Okay, at the end of, when we say the ve'ahavta, at the end of it, we talk about a mezuzah. So we're going to use this word right here, whoops, except we add ot because it's a plural. This is mez-u-za. Mez, there, u-za. The mezuzah is the scroll, the little script that is inside the mezuzah case. And the mezuzah has written on it the Shema and then some extra additional stuff. Huh? There is no commandment for what is in it. What? It's tradition, right? It's tradition. And the mezuzah, I didn't want to go there, so I'm going to skip it. In remembrance is zeker. Zeh. The zayin is a z. Zeh. Zeh. Care. So a memorial must have that root, the zayin kaf resh. We've got zikaron, zikaron, or zikaron, and that is memorial reminder. We do Kaddish as a memorial or a reminder. We don't sing the song, and it's too, or say the blessing, but the closing blessing in the Amidah, when we say it, uses this word in reference to Yahweh. It is one word, Tur, the rock of Israel, Tur Yisrael. And when we have the blessing of the bread, we say hamotzi. So that is the next word. The ha, it just means the. And we got a mo. And we have a tsi. Or, what am I using here? Ha. Orange. Motzi. And let's talk about those blessings. What we're going to do now is not in your book. So if Margaret would pass out, however, the Sidurim, I don't know. Okay, we're going to go to general blessings. So if you're looking in the Sidurim, it would be on page right there at the end. Additional blessings over food, page 91. Now we say a part of this blessing all of the time at Sabbath. So I'm going to go and enlarge that a bit. Here's the blessing over the bread. I don't think I can use a pen on this. I don't think I can draw on it. No. Maybe it'll let me. Oh, yeah. Okay. The blessings have this basic format. There are typically two lines. The first line is Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam. And that is this part of the blessing. The second line is not included in this particular blessing. We say, Baruch atah, blessed you, Yahweh, our Elohim, King, the universe, literally, who brings forth or hamotzi, the bringer forth, lekem, bread, min, from, haaretz. So, blessed are you, Yahweh or Elohim, King of the universe, who does something. In this case, who brings forth bread from the earth. How do I get rid of that? Oh, that was easy. We also say this blessing over the wine. So at Pesach, we are going to say this part of the blessing 4 times. And it is, again, Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam. Borei, creates, who creates. Peri, which is fruit. Hagafen, of the vine. Okay? So he's creating the Borei. Borei means this is a create word. When Yeshua turned the water into wine, he did not. He created the fruit of the vine. An entirely different way of looking at that. Turning water into wine is a magic act. Sleight of hand. Creating the fruit of the vine is what everybody was so excited about, because only Yahweh creates. Only Yahweh borah. The water was... Yeah, if he'd... Well, whatever. Okay, Borei, Peri, Hagafen. Okay. Blessing other than bread. This is what we say. Now this, normally you're supposed to say the blessing of the bread over the bread, and the blessing of the wine over the wine, but in a way you're not saying blessing of all of the food on the table. You're just blessing the bread, although it's perfectly acceptable to say that. What we've been doing here at the close of our service for our blessing over the meal is the same thing, the Baruch atah Yahweh, and Borei Minei Mezonot, or creates. Minei can be lots of, or spices, or species, because it's also used in another blessing. Minei. Mezonot is foods, plural. He creates all kinds of foods. All right? Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri ha'etz. Now I need this apple. Because I said the blessing over the apple. We have our basic blessing. Borei creates fruit. An eitz is a tree. It's also a branch, as in a stick, kind of a branch. So Ezekiel 37 talks about 2 eights, eitzot, but it's 2 of these things, 2 sticks. Mormons, for those of you that happen to be watching it, it's sticks. You can't make it into books, so get off that. You are being lied to. Blessing over vegetables, we got borei, peri, fruit, ha'adamah. Oh, this is cool. Okay. Vegetables and herbs, we know what the ha means, that's the. An adamah means dirt, earth, the stuff on the ground. Adam was called Adam because he was taken from Adamah. It's got nothing to do with dam, which is blood. Just because those 2 letters appear in here is not because it's blood. Those of you that happen to be following identity, you are wrong. Okay, ha'adamah, the fruit of the earth. So French for potato is pomme de terre, which means fruit of the earth. Bet you didn't know I knew some French. That's about my limit, too. Blessing over meats, milk products, and other beverages. This is what I like. This is a little bit of a different blessing. It goes shehakal, all, ni, or wait a minute, nia, nia, I think. Is that right? Yeah. Nia, bid varo. This means everything was created at his will. I like this blessing. Literally, things that we see, you could use this as a blessing when you see something absolutely fantastic. You know, go watch a video of the volcano. I'm going to say it was created at his will. That is a fantastic thing to see. But there's other blessings that fit there. Anyway, I like that blessing. And that is that. It's the name of that one. We did this a while back when we did our mikvah. The blessing when entering a mikvah. Now, this adds the second line of the blessings. So, let's bring that up. We've got our baseline, which is this one right here. Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. Asher shanu be mitzvotav vetzivanu, which is that. Now, he has sanctified us. What's the root of this word sanctified? Kuf Daled Shin. Kadosh, Kiddush, holy, set apart. I prefer set apart over holy. So he is that sanctifies. New is us people. The cool thing is, the sanctification is because we are following his commandment. We don't get sanctified by following the commandment. And sometimes people look at that and it implies, oh, well, you got to do his commands and now you're holy. No. If you weren't holy, if you were not Israel in the beginning, doing his commands is kind of cool, but that's it. And then, we already know what that word is. Mitzvotav, which is his commandments. Mitzvot, commandment, or commandments. And then Vitzivanu seems to have, it kind of sounds the same way, but it's not. Vitzivanu, he has commanded new, us. Al hot vila. Let's scratch that. And I'm going to just put a kamatz there. Tevila. Grammar causes, when we add the hey to this the immersion word, we now combine those two letters. And it gets confusing when now all of a sudden you're going to go look the word up in the dictionary and you're looking up a word beginning with a hey. So if I want to look that up, I have to get rid of that hey and go tevila. And tevila means immersion. Okay? That was easy, wasn't it? Oh, this fun stuff we're doing. Isn't this great? Now, every Sabbath we do this blessing. So let's wait a minute. I was on the wrong thing here. Okay, I want to do the Shema. Oops. Not that. That's music files. It's here. I know what I'm doing because I do this perfectly at home. You can see this. Now, okay. I think this is the same song. Okay. Here's what it sounds like. Now, okay, when I took yeshiva, we had I had a worship and liturgy course. Well, there was a workshop that went along with the course, and with that workshop was a whole bunch of songs. And this is a recording of one of those songs at that pace that they sing it at. Now, I don't know if you can clearly hear it. He sang the Shema line rather quickly, and the second line, which is the Blessed is the name of his glorious kingdom, he sang it at a good amount quieter.
Well, if you do it again, it'll turn its sound up. Not your sound up, but its sound up.
Now, that is the proper way to sing it with the reducing the volume. That speed is normal. Now, there seems to be a race sometimes when you get into some of the Jewish people, when they start singing these things, they want to race to see how fast they can finish it. But we don't do that. But if we sang the Shema at that speed, we're fine. Okay? The reason I don't use this particular thing for our liturgy as we're doing our services is I don't like the word Adonai. I mean, that's my thing. His name is Yahweh and not Hey You. Right. So here's the Shema as we see it written out. It's in your book and it's on page like 36 or something. It's in your book on page 37. No, wait a minute. Okay, page 39 gives this the blessing and the response blessing. Huh? The class book, the school book, it's on page if you're looking in this, it's on page 46 in the Siddur, in the Restoration Ministries Siddur. Yeah, it's on page, okay, go to page 39 in the book, or 46, 46 in your Siddur. Here's what we have. Shema, you can repeat it with me. Shema Yisrael Yahweh Eloheinu Yahweh Echad. Then this would be at a reduced volume. Baruch Shem Kavod Malkuto Leolam Va'ed. What follows it, and the reason that we should say the Ve'ahavta in Hebrew, and why I like it, is because in the scroll, that's what's there. The line, the Shema line is there, and right underneath it is the Ve'ahavta, the whole of it. This did not come out as well as I had hoped for this. Oh, wait a minute. I know what I can do. I'll pull this up, and I don't know how well this is going to work. Okay. This is the Ve'ahavta. And so let's try that. And you shall love. So it's, wait a minute. This guy, not that guy, this guy. This is online, and this is really good stuff. Brian Shamash, I recommend going to his what is this called? YouTube. His YouTube page, because what he does is these readings. It's kind of a, what do you call it, karaoke? Is that what it is? But it's like a karaoke. So when he does the Ve'ahavta, come on, you know where it is. All right, I'm looking for it. I'm looking. Ve'ahavta. Let's do that. Does that work for everybody? Okay, let's start over. All right, let's start all over again. Come on. Now he's going to start over here on the right. Ve'ahavta et Yahweh. You can follow it in your book, or you can follow it in the class book on page in the back. I know it's here because we were looking at it last week. Okay, the Vea Hafta is on page 58 on that book. Okay. Oh, he's going to sing it.
הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
The liturgy is sung correctly, and this guy sang it because that is what is normally expected. What we did at Yeshiva was something like this. Going much faster. As a matter of fact, it seems like it is a race. And all right. Enough. Thank you. So it's a little difficult to follow when he's singing too fast. I like that guy Brian Shamash because Shamash means attendant. The person who takes care of the scroll and everything else in the service is called a shamash. Okay. I like his, and you can go to his videos, I like his stuff because he sings it slowly and he enunciates every word. You could sit and learn the Vea Hafta by following that. And you are set every time. He pronounces correctly. Now, whether you want to learn the song or not the way he sings it, I don't know. It's a cool song. I don't sing it because nobody wants to listen to my singing voice. It's just the way things are. So let's try this and see what happens. Are we all going to try it together? You think we can? Huh? Speaking it. Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Yahweh Eloheka b'kol levavka uv'kol nafshecha uv'kol me'odecha. V'hayu. Slur this together. Had varim ha'ele. Asher anoki metzav ka. Now see this little dot right here? That's put in there to weird you out. It's grammar, okay? Metzav ka hayom al levavecha. Vishan, or Vishin, nan, she, nan, tam, levanecha, vadi bar ta bam, beshiv techa, beve techa, uvlek techa, va derek. Uv shak beka, uv ku meka. Uk shar tam, leot al yadeka, v'hayu letot ta fot, bain eineka, uk tav tam al mezuzot, beteka, uvish areka. And in the words of Yeshua, he added this: ve'ahav ta l're'acha kemo kamoka. Or ve'ahav ta l're'acha kamoka, love your neighbor as yourself. Practice that. Isn't that great? And the beauty here is this is a normal thing. This is so wonderful to have this over and over and over again. Margaret and I will try to read it at normal speed. She said, you ought to let me know what we're going to do. And I said, why? I don't know what I'm going to do. We're going to just do it. You want the mic? You don't want a microphone? She does not want a microphone. Yeah, she does. We're on page 47 of the Siddur, page 58, lines 1 through 17. Huh?
I have my interlinear study.
Yes.
All right.
Ready.
We're doing Ve'ahavta.
Yeah. Ve'ahavta
Et Yahweh Elohecha
b'chol
levavcha
uv'chol
nafshecha uv'chol meodecha v'hayu ha'devarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinan tam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shiv techa b'vech techa uvlech techa v'derech uvshach becha uvkumecha uk shartam leot al yedecha v'hayu letotafot vein einecha uk tav tam al mezuzot beitecha uvish arecha ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Amen.
And that is the most wonderful song. It was one of the first songs that when we started, thanks, honey pie, when we started doing this, that I must have repeated it 200,000 times, I guess. I don't know, just constantly. And it went on in my mind at night and during the day and at night and during the day, and I could not shake it, which was kind of okay. But So I'm hoping that happens. Okay. And let me see what else I was going to cover, because we are... I want to show you a thing here. What's that? Oh, we don't need that. Let's see what happens. That was wrong. Okay, that's not helping. You're not helping. The Shema, no, that's not it. See, I didn't plan this part, so sorry, but not much. I think this was it. I had to write a paper on it. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, I don't have it in here easily to get a hold of. Okay. This is what exactly the Shema looks like in the Torah scroll. All right? Where's this? There it is. The first line, the Shema line, is right here. Now, I want you to notice something. This is the only place it appears in the Torah. That letter and that letter are larger. These are tittles. Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. There's no nikud, and there's no dots and dashes for the vowels. The Ein Daled, being larger, is like this. The Daled emphasizes the D at the end of Echad, which makes sure that you pronounce Echad and not Esher, or Eker, which means another. And the Ein and the Daled together form the Hebrew word Ed. I got room here? Ein Daled. Ed means witness. So when Yeshua was asked in Mark, well, what's the most important commandment? Our English language says, what's the first commandment? That wasn't what the guy said. He said, what's the first as in primary, most important commandment? And Yeshua responded with this line only. He said two things when he did that. He said, turn in your Torah scroll to the line where it says Shema Yisrael, etc., because there aren't any chapter verse numbers. So they would do that, and they're doing it in their mind. You know, they're seeing it in their mind, and now they see, oh, Ein Daled. This is the witness. This is the Pledge of Allegiance of Israel. Here, By the way, the word Shema is part of the word to obey. The word obey doesn't mean to obey blindly. It means obey with or hear with intelligence. Hear, Israel, Yahweh, He is our Elohim. Yahweh is one. That's what He said. That's what they understood by all of that, and none of that appears in the text. I mean, in our English text, because we don't have the beauty of the Torah scroll and the understanding of the Torah scroll. You won't believe how many Christian groups I've come and just gave this little presentation to, and they're like, whoopee. Whoa, wait a minute. You love Jesus? Would you love His words? And look what He said about that. Oh, well. Anyway, that was free. That was an important little thing to know. This is why I really want you to see the beauty of the Hebrew text. There is so much there. It is amazing how much stuff is in there. And I really wish that I had the years that I lost not following Him. So let's close. Avenu Melkenu, our Father, our King, we praise your set-apart name, Yahweh. You are one. We love your language. We love the beauty and the most tiny intricacies within your words. Bless us as we continue to learn and study. And we ask this in Yeshua's name. Amen. What's that? Yeah, it really is. I'm looking forward to the millennium because after 1,000 years, I figure we'll start getting to know something.